It is certainly a different looking grid going on right now. The way this is, there's 3 races are now in the record books already. So there's points for each race. Whoever finishes the best throughout the weekend has the lowest amount of points, and that gives you your overall winner. So they're gridded up off of points right now. So you see up front, Bill Hines in the pole position. Right next to him is Brett Thomas. Greg Gardner and Keegan Kincaid in row 2. Row 3, that is Matthew Brabham and Bert Jenner. 5, Matt Mingay, Paul Morris, the dude. And in row 5 is Sheldon Creed and Robbie Gordon. Now, it's interesting, though, in race number 3 this morning, Matt, we had Steele in an epic battle with Gordon right to the finish. He hit the chicane and took it out just before the finish line. Can't be penalized when the race is over. There's only a couple hundred yards, a couple meters to go. So he's been penalized. Instead of starting in the middle of the pack where he would be in points right now, he's all the way in the back of the pack. So now Steele's job has just got even more difficult.
We knew that was going to be suspect, didn't we? We saw that in the background of the shot before Creed got to the line. So Hines and Thomas, it's a local man racing on the pole position in only what's really his 2nd or 3rd race on bitumen. As we're underway here at Surfers Paradise for the final time, the Stadium Super Trucks come to life.
And now Bill Hines out to an early lead. We saw Bill Hines actually lead the first couple of laps of race 3 earlier this morning. See if Bill can hang on a little bit longer here. Very excited. 4 poles for Bill this weekend. So he's out in front again. See if he can hang on to it. I guarantee, though, it's going to be an absolute melee as they get down into this chicane section, into the somewhat tighter turns on this first lap. This is the last and final race. There's a huge crowd here. These guys are going all out right now. Don't have to worry about the truck. They can put them back in the containers and parts and pieces. It's time to drop the hammer.
Oh, Mingay coming down really hard back there in the white, yellow, and blue Hot Wheels entry. We're on board with Robbie Gordon. New livery if you weren't with us this morning.
That's right.
Xbox-sponsored truck today as they come down to the back straight chicane on lap 1.
You see Thomas right now getting some big air right there. Meanwhile, still in the back, you see we got Creed working his way up. Robbie Gordon still got a ways to go in this 10-lap main event. Yeah, you mentioned Robbie Gordon is very excited. Xbox, Halo 5, Guardians transformed Robbie Gordon, Master Chief Robbie Gordon's 117 stadium truck into what you see right now. It's very, very exciting.
They were here at 4 o'clock this morning, wrapping that truck up. We're right on board with Sheldon Creed. He's got traffic everywhere. He had nothing but fresh air in race number 3, so he gets some serious air on the run down to this massive crowd. Look at them right up against the fence. They are jammed in here on the Gold Coast.
A great view hopping on with the Master Chief 117, Robbie Gordon in that new Halo 5 Xbox truck as he's making his way methodically through the pack right now. Meanwhile, Sheldon Creed starting to move up quickly. He has 2 wins now. He won round number 2, round number 3 this morning, starting from the back of the pack. Now he's quickly making work of some of these guys in front of him as he wants to get to the competition caution and be in the lead at that time for fresh air.
Oh, there's some serious fresh air. Looking out over the front right wheel. So Brett Thomas has got the lead while that was happening. So he'll lead us down the TFH higher. Illuminated Industries at number 69 with massive pressure from Keegan Kincaid and Greg Gardner back there in 3rd place.
Absolutely. Keegan Kincaid, he had to sit out in round 3. They found that he had a frame rail that was broken. He was leaking coolant, not able to come into round 3. He wants to put that traction truck up on the podium. Oh! See, big air there, and we got a truck into the wall. It is one of the Def Leppard. It looks like Scotty Steele in the Def Leppard Live Australian Tour truck. He got into the wall there. Couldn't see that whole incident, but that is not how Scotty Steele wants to see his day going down today.
Unbelievable camera angle, isn't it? Right on the beach, Matt. Jib cam. The field come down parallel to the beach here in Surfers Paradise. This is a replay at turn 4. We're just coming to a whole heap of tyre smoke at the bottom. Oh, rides the back of the dude. Lights up the rears.
Almost took the dude with him there. For a minute, now we hop on board with Robbie Gordon to get a different view of this right now. See, Steele gets into the dude a little bit, spins it around. Master Chief Robbie Gordon in that Halo Xbox truck makes quick work of that situation and moves up forward.
Oh, no! Gardner!
Gardner saved by the wall.
Just everyone on the fence then just takes 6 foot back.
I think I could just fall, and Sheldon Creed gets sucked up in that incident. That incident lasted quite a while. I think Gardner's truck broke. Now Sheldon Creed got sucked into that. The only good news for Sheldon Creed right now is out of this 10-lap race, there will be a mandatory competition caution at the halfway point. Will a bunch the pack back up. He's going to have to do double duty and double time it to get through the pack into the second half of the race as it is.
I mean, that was almost a replica of what Sheldon Creed did on the main straight here in race 1 Friday. Scary stuff for the South Aussie.
You know, when you're swapping paint with another truck, that's one thing. But when you're swapping paint 100 miles an hour with a concrete wall, that's a whole nother ball of wax. So,
and you're in the air.
And you're in the air, absolutely. There you see Thomas still out in front, accepting that pressure that Kincaid has put on him very well. Kincaid wants to be on top of the podium. We saw him win in Adelaide. We've seen him win several rounds this year in 2015 in that blue Traxxas truck. But right now, Thomas is not making life easy on him. And Thomas said, hey, earlier on, I'm going to practice all weekend long. When we get to round 4 on Sunday afternoon, I am dropping the hammer, unleashing the fury on this track. And that's what he's doing right now.
Well, they went one race early after what we saw at the carnage with Matty Brabham's incident as well. We'll get to that later on as we check out another replay. This is what happened to Gartner, left-hand side, and just gave the wall a glance and almost took Bert Jenner in the process. And poor old Creed, nowhere to go except into the back. Oh dear, it's on.
I think there's a good learning experience there. You got to have all 4 tires go off that ramp. You can't, three-wheeling is a good feeling, but not when you're going off the ramp, you know? You see a couple of the Def Leppard live Australian Tour trucks spun around there. We may get a replay on that incident. Meanwhile, great battle all in front right now, still with Thomas, Kincaid. Bert Jenner has now joined that battle in the Dude in P4 right now. So some epic racing going on up in front. And then we still have Robbie Gordon, the Master Chief, the 117 Xbox truck. He has been moving to the pack very well. He's got Matt Mingay in front of him, and Mingay is very hungry. He verbally expressed that after race 3 this morning. He wants to be on the podium, and he's going to do everything in his power to make sure that happens.
There's your leaderboard, left-hand side of screen. And look at Scotty Steele's truck.
Scotty Steele might have installed a curb feeler, if you will, on that truck. He's got that hanging out. That's probably no good for the aerodynamics. You see right now, Kincaid. Kincaid.
Thomas has gone around.
A little love.
And he's going to be stuck here as we work lap 4 of the Stadium Super Trucks. So, unfortunately for Thomas, he goes back to 5th position and eventually had to pop, didn't it? This is further back in the field, the lap prior, and that's Matty Brabham. That's Matty Brabham getting speared by his teammate. No love lost there.
No love lost there whatsoever. I'd like to see what sparked that. As you see, Steele's hood comes off right there. But I'm wondering if maybe Brabham got into Steele earlier, what happened. But Scotty Steele not very happy with his teammate as he was T-boning him down the straightaway with his foot in the gas.
They're crazy.
Yeah, they're completely out of their mind. They're race car drivers, and they are, like I said the other day, certainly a couple sandwiches shy of a full picnic. And every one of these guys are very, very loose.
You say it with so much seriousness.
I'm not joking.
Oh, no, you're not. Robbie Gordon, meantime, inside the top 5 for a guy that had 7 Champ Car and IndyCar starts back in the 90s. He was used to racing guys like AJ Foyt, Nigel Mansell, Emerson Fittipaldi. Now he's got Matt Mingay, Keegan Kincaid, and the Dude ahead of him.
Absolutely, you know, and so much talent right here in this pack. You think from IndyCar to road to Indy to off-road to NASCAR, sprint cars. There's so much happening right now just from all these different drivers and all different walks of life of racing. And they're taking everything they've learned and digging deep down in their bag of tricks and trying to do everything they can to move their way up to the front right now.
And this is good news for the likes of Bill Hines, who caught up earlier on. So a competition yellow now to stack up the field. The 1 lap, and there's Matty Brabham. He had a wild moment this morning. 2 big licks. Finally found the wall, and now a flat right rear tyre on the Def Leppard Live sponsor, their Australian tour that's coming up right around Australia. So Paul Morris will lead us down. We've got all your action covered. Sheldon Creed, right-hand side bottom. Robbie Gordon above him. And the main straight with Paul Morris. Matt Mingay behind him. So 2 locals holding the back. The best of the USA right now.
Absolutely, and I can tell you, our U.S. drivers are with us all the time. They get along so well with these Aussie guys, but they don't want to see this happen. They want to be up front. This is their series, you know? And here, back to green again. 5 laps left to go in Stadium Super Trucks right here at Surface Paradise.
Oh, you get the feeling this is going to get very messy.
Yeah, it's going to get really, really messy here. As you see the Dude, they go through. This is a no-pass zone once they get through that chicane. And then on the back as well, once they're 100 meters out. Oh, and it looks like Thomas.
On his side.
Is he playing possum? He might be. Look at him up on his side. Thomas got over. We got to get a replay and see how that happened.
I'll be wishing he whacked some TFH high stickers on the under tray here.
Absolutely. Maybe a hi mom underneath there would have been perfect for now.
Here it is. So the feeling he's hit the curb a bit too hard here as he had some assistance. There it is, yellow and black, and just tripped him up. Well, he tried to Matty Brabham, but didn't pull it off. Didn't
quite make it work. That's not a problem. Little slide, barely touches the wall. They'll roll that track back over, and he'll be going green here.
We saw this in Adelaide, didn't we? On the warm-up lap for race 1.
Yes, we saw Charles Dorrance.
Yeah, it was Charles Dorrance.
There's another replay. Just a little body work, a minor flesh wound on that one. That truck's going to be just fine. You can buff that out.
Buff out,
sure.
yeah. Everybody on the G-Link tram are going, what is going on there? Truck on its side.
Look at him doing his best. Joey Chitwood, an old stunt driver from back in the U.S., trying to do that impersonation. Not able to make it work.
He's used to rolling cars. I mean it the nicest possible way in sprint cars and midgets, but certainly not on bitumen.
No, definitely. It's a little harder hit there, but that wasn't too bad. And, we've seen a perfect example, Sheldon Creed in Adelaide. He rolled his going over the finish line at top speed and was able to flip it right back over and kept on racing. So this truck's going to be just fine. It's going to be up to him, up to Thomas, if he's going to want to move on. And I would imagine, being the race car driver that he is, that he'll be ready to go. Like I said, we have such a great time. We have a great time. Thomas got rid of that little extra weight he didn't need there on the truck, and now he's ready to rock and roll as they get rid of that hood. I bet that was quite a surprise for him as well. But yeah, these guys they've been so great. Like I said, next weekend doing a real stadium style one. Here's a replay, still under yellow, under caution right now.
Could have been a couple of classic catches happening in the crowd if that went across. They're fiberglass, fairly light, aren't they?
Fairly light. I don't know if you'd want to jump up and catch that one, but it was certainly a great prize to bring home.
Starting a little bit early here, aren't we?
Starting a little early. Anytime you got Robbie Gordon and Sheldon together, they're like kids. The only difference is that Sheldon is a kid and Robbie just likes to do that kind of stuff. But they have so much fun together and everything. So, and they got a battle right now, the two of them, for the overall points-wise for the weekend. So I know that Robbie Gordon, Master Chief Robbie Gordon, he wants to put that Xbox One Halo 5 truck up on the podium. Very, very excited about that. And that's one of the most anticipated gifts coming up this holiday year is the Halo 5 Guardians. And Robbie Gordon wants to be part of that.
They're connected here. Down to turn 1, the final lap. You saw the white flag dangling in the breeze. So this is the one-lap screamer.
This is it's like a dash for cash right now. As you see, Morris out in front, Mingay right behind him, Kincaid, and P4 is Master Chief Robbie Gordon in the 117, and then on board right there for a quick moment with Sheldon Creed. And you see Thomas really having a heck of a time going off that ramp. We hop on board for a high-speed shot right there with the red Traxxas truck of Sheldon Creed, our current 2015 points leader for the series.
And Matt Mingay has got away from him here.
Yes, he has. Matt Mingay, like I said earlier, he was adamant about being on the podium today. He said it absolutely had to happen. Robbie Gordon and Creed get together. They just don't play nice with each other. You can't give those guys anything nice. They wreck everything. See, back on board with Creed. He's right in front of him.
Robbie's in the wall.
Robbie's in the wall. Creed's in the wall. We got another truck spun around.
And Brett Thomas is in this one too.
This one-lap dash for cash at the end has turned ugly. As meanwhile, three-wheeling's a good feeling for your top three right now. Out in front is Mingay, Paul the Dude Morris, and Keegan Kincaid. Both these guys running really well. We should be seeing the checkered flag out, and we do. Matt Mingay takes the win here at Surfers Paradise Street Circuit, followed up by Paul the Dude Morris and Keegan Kincaid in P3. That is the last and final race here this weekend. That is round number 4. Exciting racing all weekend long.
Don't want to sound too parochial, but Australian 1-2 in the final race here today. Robbie Gordon gets across the line in 4th with Creed dropping back to 7th at the end. To a shake of the head from the former IndyCar star. What an event. These guys have turned on. They're in Australia for one more weekend. Down in Sydney. Head to tickettech.com.au for all information at Valvoline Raceway next Saturday night. And now this is the thank you to the fans moment.
Absolutely, it is. You see, Sheldon Creed not on the podium for that race, but he's still doing a little freestyle show.
Matty Mingay, the winner from Paul Morris. Keegan Kincaid gets to third, then Creed. Still, Robbie Gordon, Bill Hines, Bert Jenner, Brett Thomas, and Matty Brabham finishing in 10th spot in race 4, the Stadium Super Trucks.